Curses, spells, witchcraft. So most of us, those belong in storybooks or horror movies. But in 1928 Pennsylvania, belief in folk magic wasn't just superstition. It was daily life. And for one man, that belief turned deadly. This is the story of the Hex Hollow murder, where fear of a curse led to bloodshed and left behind a house that many say is still haunted to this day.
Ooh.
This is a story up your alley.
Yeah, I immediately said.
I was really excited when I found this one. I don't have anything else to talk about.
I feel like there's so much that we need to say in this world, and I don't know what it is.
I can't think of anything else. I watched documentary, shocker. The new one, The Unknown Number.
Yep,
about
that. Horrible.
Jaw-dropping.
Yeah, insane.
I'm not going to spoil anything, even though I want to so badly because I have so many words to say.
Not good ones.
So many words. If you haven't watched Unknown Number, the high school catfish story on Netflix, go watch it immediately. It's only like an hour or so. Yeah. It's just one whole thing. Freaking insane story.
Yeah, and once you sit down and start listening, you're in it. Like, you don't realize it's going to go by so fast.
Yeah, immediately hooks you. I mean, I saw spoilers on social media, but like not completely.
Yeah.
Like I had seen things and I was like, okay, I guess I need to watch this because maybe what I'm seeing like isn't actually.
Yeah. Like
maybe this is just like a side plot. Oh no.
Full on.
I was just in shock.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Horrible. Horrible, horrible. Nobody dies. It's not a murder documentary.
No, it's not a murder documentary. It's just like a catfish documentary.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. I could never be me. In any of those situations. In any character situation.
Literally nobody. No.
Ugh. Sickening.
Also, we're Sisters of the Strange.
Oh, shit. I did that again. I did it again.
It's okay.
Welcome to Sisters of the Strange. We're going to talk about crazy shit today.
Clearly.
All right, so I'm going to set the scene a little bit like I always do. This story takes place in York County, Pennsylvania in about the 1920s. So way back in the day, they were a rural, tight-knit Pennsylvania Dutch community. Small town. A lot of people in this town practiced what's called powwow. Not to be confused with like Native American powwow type stuff. This is like a blend of Christianity, prayer, German folk healing, and ritual magic. So it's got a little bit of everything in it.
Interesting.
But it's very, very based on Christian prayer.
Okay.
And ritual magic, which those two things just don't blend.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting.
So this powwow stuff wasn't considered to be evil by anybody, by locals. It was actually seen as a way to heal lots of sickness, protect their livestock, or ward off bad luck. But as such, belief in magic also comes belief in curses.
Yeah.
Or hexes. So this story begins with a man named John Blymeyer. He was born in York County in 1895. And like I said, at the time, they were very steeped in superstition, this powwow, and the lore of like the folklore of Dutch Pennsylvania. So a lot of people in this community made their livings as powwowers or these powwow healers and being witches, basically. Yeah. They would cure illness through faith using magical powers, powders, potions, charms, and they could also hex or remove hexes as each situation deemed such. So there were so many different healers in the community, I guess, that if somebody placed a hex on you, you would have to go to another person to be like, hey, I've been hexed. What do I do? Or how can you help me? But I feel like a lot of the time, if you think about it, like the stuff that we've seen and read, if somebody puts a hex on you, they have to be the ones to remove that.
Yeah.
You know? So I wouldn't think that there would be a lot of real help in that situation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Stay with me.
I'm staying here. I'm sat.
So every good witch needs a spell book, as we all know, a grimoire. For the powwowers of Pennsylvania, that book was The Long Lost Friend, which was a book written by John George Holman. And it's like a literal just like book that you would think, obviously, I'm sure it didn't look like it. I'm seeing it now here, but it's like all the same book.
Yeah.
Everybody learns from the same.
Like a Bible.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. The locals of this town described Blymeyer as a simple man suffering from a lifetime of poor health and bad luck. He had illnesses, extreme paranoia, and he believed in the curses and the powwow traditions. He regularly experienced bouts of real and imagined debilitating illnesses and had constant headaches. His very first child that was born was a boy, died within 5 weeks of being born. His second child, a daughter, was born prematurely, and she was only alive for 3 days. Eventually, his wife divorced him, left him, and he lost his job, and his health just declined.
Oh, good. Poor guy.
It's just a, domino effect.
Yeah.
As it would be. So he starts to believe that he's been hexed. He has this horrible bad luck his whole life. Somebody hexed me. That's how they live. This is their...
Yeah, it's just their way of thinking.
Yeah. So, as a practicer of powwow himself, he knew the curse could not be removed until the identity of the person who cast the hex on him was revealed. So he had to figure out who put the hex on him so that he could...
Oh.
Over several years, he had consulted more than 20 witches, which is crazy to think about.
What do you do if the person who put the hex on you is already dead? Like, what if it's someone who cursed his family lineage?
R.I.P. I mean, I don't think there's anything you can do about that.
Yeah, that's it. Or maybe someone from their family lineage could. Bloodline? I don't know.
Maybe.
Interesting. Okay.
That's a good thought. No.
What is going on?
It's okay. So there's another man in this story. His name is Nelson Ray Meyer. He was in his 60s. I didn't preface this before. John is 33 years old. Okay.
I gathered from... He was born in 95 and it was 20s. So I was like, he's somewhere.
My brain doesn't think like that. So thank you.
I was like, he's somewhere in here.
Let me just put that out there because my brain does not work that fast. So he had consulted more than 20 witches, but nobody was able to help him. Wild. Eventually, he makes his way to this witch, and her name is Emma Knopp, Knopp.
Oh.
She was based out of Marietta, Pennsylvania, I assume. She was an old witch. She was in her 90s. So she'd been practicing a long time, and she had a good reputation.
Yeah.
After 6 teachings or sessions or whatever you want to call it with her, she basically had told him that you have had this powerful spell on you and your life. And she told him what this spell was. And just as Blymeyer had expected, it was a specific spell that cast bad luck, bad health.
Oh, wow.
So that's like a known thing, which I guess, I don't know. It's weird to me that you can practice this Christianity prayer witchcraft, essentially. And like, of course, every good thing, there's a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know, like heaven and hell. But I don't know. It just seems strange that that's what it's based off of. Yet you can cast bad health and bad luck on somebody.
Like,
you know?
It's rooted in good, but you're getting evil out of it.
Yeah.
So it's strange.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I don't know. It's just weird to me. So she was able to identify this rival powwower as the man that I previously mentioned, Nelson Raymeyer. Blymeyer was kind of in shock about this because he had known this man for a really long time.
Yeah.
Since he was young. He said that he was always so nice to him. He'd been a good person to him. Never had any reason to believe that he had any ill intentions towards him. When he was 5 years old, when John was 5 years old, he was suffering from something that the people called opnema or onema, which was a wasting condition, like a wasting away type, like malnutrition.
Uh-huh.
But they believed that this specific condition was brought by a hex specifically, but it really was more being malnourished.
At 5
type
years
thing.
old.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
You have to think in the 1920s,
No, but I mean, like thinking that it would be like a hex on him at 5 years old. Like, what
right?
Who would 5 years old?
Who would put a hex on me at 5 years old? Unless, like you said, there was a hex
like
on. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he just got the brunt end of the stick. His family had taken him to Raymeyer as a kid to have him healed from this, and he cured him. When John turned 10 years old, he had returned again to Nelson Raymeyer as an employee for him and dug and plucked, or however the hell, potatoes for 25 cents a day. Potato farmer at 10 years old for 25 cents a day. Crazy.
25 cents a day.
Yeah. So when this old witch tells him, Nelson Raymeyer hexed you, he's in shock. It's like, what? What did I do to this man? I've known him my whole life, basically. So to prove it, she does this witchcraft, has him take out a $1 bill, stare directly at George Washington's face, and as he did, Washington's face dissolves into Nelson's face, and he sees it. This witch tells him that to break the curse, he has to steal Nelson's copy of the long-lost friend, the book, and a lock of his hair, and then he has to take them and bury them 8 feet under the ground to break this curse.
Okay.
Seems harmless.
Seems easy.
But also, how do you walk up to somebody and be like, hey, let me have some of your hair, you know? Or like, how do you get it?
Their hairbrush or their comb.
True. You have to sneak into their house.
I'd be doing that. I could do that.
Whatever you got to do to break the curse.
I could do that. I could handle that.
This is crazy to think that this was in the 1900s, like the 1920s, that people were practicing essentially witchcraft. It's more witchcraft than anything to me, if you ask me.
Yeah. There's so many books on witchcraft that I'm like, do I want to buy some?
Right. Hello. So John Blymeyer says in his mind, he knows that even though Nelson is in his 60s, he's an older man. He's also a big guy. He's like 6'2". He's like a large man.
Yeah.
Even though that he's older, he's still much more powerful than him, and physically because he's bigger than him, but also in his practice of powwow.
Yeah.
He's been doing it a lot longer. And he knew that Nelson would not just give him his spell book without force of some kind or some kind of fight, you know. So he tags along 2 teenagers that he just either knew or befriended. One of them was John Curry, who was 14 years old. And the other was Wilbert Hess, who was 18 years old. So he basically is like, hey guys, we're going to go steal this grimoire.
I need your help.
I need your help. I got to go get some hair and a book, and I can't do it by myself.
Especially in bad health.
Right. Yeah. He's like this sickly, you know, chronically ill.
If I had bad luck, I'm not going either. I'm sending like 12 other people because my bad luck is going to...
Especially if that bad luck came from this man.
Yeah.
That you're essentially going to rob. Like...
Sounds like a good plot.
This is not going to go well for you.
It doesn't sound like it.
Nothing else in your life has gone well for you. This is not going to go well. So... on Thursday, November 27th, was a full moon, which if you've watched any shows, I'm not going to say which one, but the full moon harnesses its own energy, its own magic.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say werewolves.
Surprise! Blymeyer and the 2 guys, they go to Raymeyer's house, which to this day still stands. I would love to go see it. It's a cutesy little farmhouse, 2 stories. Old, it's black and red.
Ooh.
It looks like something out of a storybook.
Neat.
This is in Stewartstown, Pennsylvania, so not the exact same town. Close by. They go in with sticks and 25 feet of rope. Sticks. The 3 of them basically demand that the old witch surrender his spellbook to them, and naturally, Nelson refused, as they knew he would, and puts up a fight.
Yeah. Your book is so sacred to you when you're like in your practice, like that is yours, because you got to think he probably has handwritten notes in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, that's your practice.
Like it's not the same as just going and being like, realistically, people even are like, this is my Bible. I will buy you one, but this one's mine. It has my notes, lend it my to interpretations, my things in it. Yeah. So trying to take something like that from someone, especially that is giving them power, good luck.
Yeah, good freaking luck. And it's a personal like artifact of you specifically.
Yes.
So that's why you can't just take this book, because if John wanted to take his book and then a lock of Nelson's hair, it's not going to work the same. It's got to be his book.
Yeah, both.
So they're fighting. Blymeyer chokes him and is trying to basically just render him unable to fight for his book. I don't think that he was trying to kill him. You wouldn't think so, because he's the only person who can undo this hex, or you can do this thing that this other 90-year-old witch told you to do. So as he's choking him, Curry, the 14-year-old, smashes him in the head with a block of wood. And when they went to trial for this, John says that Curry was the one who delivered that he's the one who hit him with the block that killed him.
He's like, I wasn't trying to do all that.
And it was at midnight 01 on Thanksgiving Day. So on a holiday, right at midnight, crazy. This 14-year-old's like, bah!
Yeah, you're like, whoa.
He probably just panicked.
Well, that's when you always watch the movies and they're like, that wasn't part of the plan.
That wasn't part of the plan. Yeah, and I really, truly wouldn't think that it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
like, let's knock him out, just unconscious so I can get this and let's go.
Yeah.
But not.
But also he was 60 years old, so maybe he just had a
more
sensitive
frail
skull. Yeah, I don't know.
Thwack.
That's a big hit to kill somebody like that.
Yeah.
Any hoosers. They search the house high and low for this book. They cannot find it anywhere. So now they've killed the witch. They can't find his book. And they're like, now what do we do? Oop. Which is kind of cool because I'm like, where's the book? Is he hiding it with magic? Is it already buried somewhere? Like, why can't they find it? Type thing. Because, back in the day, people really didn't have that much, like, personal stuff, Like, they had, like, a bed, a nightstand, maybe a dresser.
No TV. It wasn't as clustered.
Yeah.
I would probably have mine hidden in
maybe, like, hidden in a floorboard or something.
Say, like, a floorboard under my bed.
Yeah. Highly possible. Maybe they just weren't smart enough to find it. I don't know. They couldn't find it. So, naturally, their next option was to douse Nelson's body with kerosene and light it on fire.
Have they never tried to get rid of a body before?
Clearly not.
Losers.
Clearly not. What are we doing, guys? They believed that by killing Nelson, the curse was finally lifted and all of the evidence of the crime scene was going to be erased because the whole house was going to burn down with the body in it. They get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
They run. They're out. Oddly enough, Nelson's body and the house did not burn. It just kind of
smoldered a little bit.
For a little while.
Huh.
So it was said, in the town, as people do, mumble to themselves, that they believed that even in death, his powers were so strong that he was unable to be, he was already dead from the wood block, but he didn't burn.
Yeah.
Neither did his house. Which is true because the house is still there. And it's owned still by
his family?
The Myers family. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ray Myers family, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's a huge, like, tourist location, but it's private property. Like, you can't go on, go on there. Yeah. And then there's, like, whatever. Anyway.
There's whatever. Anyway.
So his body was found the next day after concerned neighbors noticed that the animals on the farm were unfed. This is a trend.
Yeah, it's always the neighbors, man.
It's always the neighbors that notice that the animals aren't getting fed. It's good people. It's good people you want to be around.
Yeah.
So the 3 of them were soon apprehended and went to trial. They were all found guilty and sentenced to life in prison, but were later paroled, and all 3 men went on to live normal lives, allegedly.
So if the person who cast this spell on you dies, I guess it's lifted?
I guess, because their magic is no longer.
One way to do it.
So I guess that answers your question. If they die, then
I guess it's just done. I guess it might depend on. Now I'm going to do some research. Now you got me doing some research. Chill out.
So during the trial, this whole story of the curses, the hexes, the magic, like the whole nation was like, huh? Because it seems like this was just this one little I'm sure they're not the only community, but you know what I mean? Like it's
like
not
Salem. Like Salem has their community they're known for.
And I had personally never heard of this powwow magic before. So it's not like it's something that's widely known and practiced. Maybe it still is. I don't know. But I had never heard of it before. So the media, the newspaper, were the people who dubbed it the Hex murder because this guy believed that he was hexed.
Yeah.
So he was paroled. Blymeyer was paroled in the 1950s. And then the other 2, the teenagers, served lighter sentences because they were teenagers.
Yeah.
And the case basically was like this big eye-opener for revealing how deep superstition still ran in America in the 20th century. Like, that's crazy. That's why to me, like, because, when you think about witches and all of that, it's like, the witch trials, like way.
Yeah, feels foreign.
Yeah.
That's still but.
It was, I know it wasn't that long ago, but.
No, but like now modern days, there is still a lot of people who practice.
Yeah, daily. Yeah.
So.
Modern day.
So I'm like, I really kind of want to learn more because I think it's very interesting. But there is the contradicting between like Christianity and witchcraft. So I think it's interesting. I need to look into this about merging them together.
Yeah. And see if it's still practiced anywhere. That would be very interesting to know, actually. Yeah. So like I had previously mentioned before, the 2-story house is still there, and the floorboards where they were charred from where they lit the fire, because they didn't try to burn the whole house. Whatever. Whatever, man.
Amateurs.
You can see it. What I read about it is that like you can't like really go in the house. It's private property. There's security and all the things. So maybe they do some tours like certain times. Yeah, maybe
Thanksgiving tours.
But they have like the floorboards where they were charred. They have them like covered in like plexiglass.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you can see it still.
Mm-hmm. And the clock above the stove is forever frozen at 12:01, which is kind of spooky.
Did they ever find his book?
I don't know. I'll have to look. But the cool thing about this is that this case also led on this paranormal legacy of this house because people believe that it's still haunted. So they call it the Hex House, fittingly enough.
Yeah.
People report strange lights glowing in the woods around, whispers and voices inside the home, feelings of dread or heaviness, and apparitions of a man believed to be Nelson Rehmeyer himself. There have been some paranormal groups that have investigated it. Have you seen any specifically? Maybe, I'm sure you probably have and you just don't realize it.
Yeah, maybe.
The name of Hex House sounds familiar to me.
I think Twin Paranormal did something there, maybe. I'm Googling.
Me too.
I'm not sure, honestly. I'd like to believe that I've seen it in a show or two. I looked it up. It looks almost like a 2-story Conjuring house. The picture that it showed me.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably,
if it's accurate,
similar to the one, yeah. It seems like it used to be open to the public, but now it is no longer open to the public. But even today, the land is still considered to be cursed, and a lot of people in the area will avoid it after the sun goes down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
I wish we lived near more creepy places and things like that.
I know.
So I don't really feel like there's a lot going on around here.
Not that we know of. I look for stuff, but
not compared to the East Coast.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just older. It's the oldest part of the country.
Yeah. But, which is fair.
Which is why I want to go.
So I looked it up because you had asked if they ever found the book.
Yeah.
I can't really find anything on it, so I don't think that anybody found the book.
It might just be like a family lineage found it.
Or if they did, they just probably just have kept it to themselves.
I wonder if his family still practices, like if their families are still in
if that community
so like,
still,
this is my book.
Yeah, highly possible. I mean, I wouldn't believe that it wouldn't be, because when you read about this powwow, I keep calling it witchcraft just because it's easier. It's really not witchcraft according to them and their community and their beliefs. It's spiritual healing and
basically answered prayers in a way.
Yeah, but they still perform these incantations and do these things with like potions and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, a normal church, you still do incantations, like you literally, Yeah. So normal church services, you still have incantations and things like that. Like that's literally in church services. So, I mean, you got to think, at a church, we have altars still. And you have to do a certain, like
ritual.
At my church at least, they set the altar a certain way, like books belong in a certain place. You still have to open them correctly. And there's still a whole, you have to like we light candles at the beginning of services and you put them out at the end of services and you still do you have an exact order.
Yeah.
So everything, like even if whatever your religion or your belief would be, you still have certain rituals that you perform.
Yeah.
No matter what thing. I mean, I do. I mean, communion.
Yeah.
Communion is not, I don't know necessarily to say a ritual, but
it's ritualistic.
Yeah.
In nature.
Some churches only do communion once a month. Some do it every single Sunday. So, and like if you think about other religions where they have to go, they stop and they pray and they have to face a certain way every day at a certain time. So like there's
all kinds of differences. I just don't know. I don't want to say weird. Weird's the wrong word. But what doesn't make sense to me is that it's not religion. Like, this is not their religion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a practice. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Like, I'm very interested in it.
I need to learn about it. I want to read about it.
But a lot of people still think that the land and the house itself is cursed. So that's why I wanted to talk about it, because it's a murder and a haunting as well. And, I mean, curses and...
Yeah.
It's cool.
I definitely want to do... It's started, so it will be an episode that is coming in October a witchcraft episode, and
yes,
not just witchcraft itself. It's probably going to be a 2-parter, honestly, because I want to talk about the witch trials as well.
Yes.
Because there's Salem. Mm-hmm. There's just the Eastern Seaboard or whatever in general. Mm-hmm. Tons of communities. Europe, Scotland.
All of it. Yeah.
Like, there's so much to it that I want to go through it because I find it so incredibly interesting. And I've literally, like, that's what I did last week is I've been just watching witch trial videos and, like, trying to learn about all the different trials and where they started and like this mad dash of a chase basically, because whenever I was in Edinburgh I didn't realize how many like the witchcraft history there or
I wouldn't have thought
witch
either.
Trials, not even witchcraft history, witch trials. There's so much, just interesting, but those that I will be doing.
I need to look some more into this.
I definitely want to check that out.
According to Google, people still practice powwow. It's this Pennsylvania Dutch healing tradition. It's like a thing. So
it kind of reminds me of there's a Supernatural episode. You know how people say like, we're going to have a powwow. And it's like when you have a get together or whatever, like you do a quick rundown. Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of one of the very first Supernatural episodes where I can't remember even how it was happening exactly, but there was this guy and like all of these people who were hurt and like had these ailments would go to him and he would pick people out of the crowd and he would heal them, and they actually would heal. Mm-hmm. And so people thought he was actually doing it, but there was some sort of entity or something that was actually, I can't remember it exactly.
Interesting.
But they'd all meet in a tent and like perform this ritual and like do this together. And so it kind of reminds me of that episode.
Huh. Very interesting.
Just because it reminds me of the powwow and then like healing.
Yeah. And that's mostly what it's.
To me, a powwow is like a group get together.
Yeah, it's just a group get together.
That's where my brain's at.
So apparently, even though it's still practiced and it's still a living tradition, it's more hidden and underground because there's this fear and stigma around it for being labeled as crazy, old fashioned, or practicing witchcraft.
Yeah.
So they're very like, this is our thing. This is what we do.
You can't blame them for that.
No, not at all. It's just wild. It's just so interesting to me.
Religion is such a thing that is, you can't talk about it now. Mm-hmm. There's too much like persecution no matter what.
Yeah.
And not to the extent of we have to start and move to another country like we had to prior in the world, but it's such a taboo thing. Mm-hmm. So I get it that they don't want to talk about it either. They're like, no.
They're like, we're going to keep to ourselves and do our own little thing and y'all just mind your business over there.
Yeah, you'll know if you're part of my group, and if not, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So there's probably a lot more to it that we like don't know.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Certainly,
which is fine.
That's how it is whenever I was doing the research for like skinwalkers and stuff. Mm-hmm. On like the Navajo culture, a lot of their stuff is very
you were saying
quiet.
There's a lot
of hush hush. There's some people that'll talk about it, but there's quite a bit of hush hush.
Mm-hmm. I believe that. It's
hard to find the research and be like, am I giving it justice right now? Because I'm not getting all the answers.
I know that's kind of how I feel right now. So I'm like, oh, I have all these questions. Wait, I have so many questions.
Yeah.
But that's why I wanted to choose this, because I thought it was so interesting, because it not only was it a murder, but it was like this guy's true belief that just went to this deadly extreme, and now here we are.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just crazy. It really goes to show you how like the fear of your own beliefs and beliefs in general, but also like your belief in the supernatural itself can blur into your reality.
Yeah.
Or into a reality. It's very easily done.
Oh yeah. 1000%. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's crazy to me. But it also just kind of shows that maybe our times aren't so different. Like you would like to think it is 1920, but like current world events, people are still dying over beliefs and things like that. So
every day. Wild, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. So I don't want to say it was like, did he really believe that he was hexed? Like he did. He 100% believed that he was hexed, or he would not have.
No, that was literally his only reason to go there.
Yeah.
I need your hair in your book.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Please.
There was no like, what's wrong with him? Like no, he truly believed that he was hexed. And so he went to the extreme and did what he felt like he had to do to change his luck, essentially.
I don't know if I've mentioned it here or not. I think I have in one of our recordings, but I don't know if it's ever made it actually to an out in the world into an episode, or if it's been cut before. But one of my friends not that long ago was like, can we just make voodoo dolls? And I was like, honestly, it's asking a lot of bad juju, kind of gives me bad vibes, but like, I'll make one, but like, I'm going to just like put them at a desk and like make them work.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to like snap their neck or
stab them.
I'm not going to stab them with a needle or anything. I'm just going to like set them at my desk and put them in front of my computer and make them work because it's someone who needs to get a job and go to work. And that's what I'm going to encourage good habits out of them if I do it.
That is so funny.
She's like, well, I'm going to set mine in a pile of shit because he's already a piece of shit. I was like, that's not that bad.
You're like, I'm doing voodoo magic for good.
Good way. Good way.
I'm doing it for good.
But that's why they
say
a
little broom in their hand.
Yeah, a little positivity. Something good. Something that's going to help them grow. But
we're all about growth here.
Yes. But yeah, how you said earlier, like there's got to be a good and a bad for everything. Everything has to have, what is it? An equal or lesser reaction. For every action, there's an equal or lesser reaction or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like physics or whatever the hell. I'm not that smart. Don't mind me. But that is a thing. And if you think about it, but that's in even like the show you mentioned, how they say the full moon does all this. They also say that if there's a imbalance in nature because you're creating something here, then there's got to be something that balances it out this way. So if you're doing something really good, there's got to be something to balance that, which is going to be really bad inherently to create the balance.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
So it's going to be there.
Yep.
But it's kind of scary because it's like, what if I do nothing but good? What bad am I also balancing out
creating?
Here?
Yeah. Ooh, interesting.
I try and do a lot of good things because I believe in so much karma. Karma is so real for me that I'm like, I'm just going to do something good and hope that there's some good karma in this. Like,
I love that. I love to hear that.
Sorry, I went on a whole tangent there.
That's okay. Put good in the world. You get good back.
Hello, everyone. Editor Lan here. So I don't know. I'll leave probably a snippet in, but from here on out, most of our audio sounded like aliens invaded our I don't even know, equipment. Sounded kind of crazy. And it was just us yapping anyway. So I just wanted to get on and kind of have a better ending so that it didn't just seem kind of crazy and just ending very abruptly. But go ahead and join our Discord, which is in our Instagram and our bio and our link tree. If you can hear my dog playing with her toy in the background. No, you cannot. Yes, you probably can. Anyways, also join any of our social medias. We will have pictures from the episode. We will have pictures from prior episodes and all the fun things. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the good things. And we will be back next week. Bye.
Sisters of the